am filming the first video of the Hayzbetts Speaks segment. So yeah, today I'm going to talk about depression. Let's start off with a nice one, shall we? I'm starting with this one purely because January blues, you know, a lot of people seem to be a lot more down in January. The weather's crap, no one's got any money, and it's just a general... so I wanted to kind of talk about just what I know about depression and my personal experience with depression, this, that and the other. So I have suffered with depression a couple of times in my life actually, and it's not nice. It's an awful, awful thing to go through. I personally felt very alone, even though I wasn't. I mean, I had, this was back when I was with Mark, so I had Mark here, I had Imi, I had friends, I had family, but it really makes you feel quite alienated, and like you're the only one who feels like it. I know that there are millions of people who suffer with this, and all for different reasons, and I don't really have anything that majorly triggered mine. We had a death in the family that was absolutely awful, and it took a long time. Never fully get over a death, but you learn how to live with it, and it did get easier. But yeah, we had a death in the family that brought us both down, and it just never really picked up again after that. That was the first time I had depression. The second time was last year. I had depression, and I made some really stupid choices when I was depressed last year. I had a relationship, if you want to call it that. I wouldn't call it a relationship, but or I was seeing somebody which, if I hadn't have been in that state of mind, I would never have even gone there. I lost friends through it, and I think the second time it was more of a build-up. I don't want to talk about the first time too much because it's private, but the second time it was mainly a work build-up. I was so stressed with work, and I just couldn't get myself out of the funk, and I tried to go to the doctors, and I have so much respect for the NHS, I really do, but I hate, and that's a strong word, but I detest my doctor. I absolutely hate her. I used to have a really nice doctor who'd been doing it for years and years, and he was my mum's and my dad's and mine, and I think he was my nan's, and not great nan's, and he retired. So for a few months there was no doctor, so they had locums, they had the other two who were in the surgery, they kind of did some of their patients, they had temporary ones, and those were all fine. And the first time I was diagnosed with depression, I actually saw one of the other doctors that works there, and he was really good, and he gave me the questionnaire to fill out, and he, I'll go into that a bit later, he put me on the medication. I then saw the other one who works there, and he let me stay on the medication for a while. The second time, my new doctor had then started, and I've heard nothing but bad things about her. I really don't like her. She's very into the whole holistic therapy thing, which, if that's what you believe, that's fine, but my belief is if you go to a doctor's with, say, a chest infection and you need medication, being sent away with no medication and being told to come back in 2 weeks if it doesn't get any better, that's not how you make people better. I've taken Imi there when she's been ill and she's not given her anything. My mum went there with a severe chest infection, she got given nothing. She went back a week later to see the nurse, and the nurse was disgusted that she hadn't been given anything. So I went to see her, I told her how I was feeling, I broke down in the room, and she said, well, what do you want me to do? Well, you're the doctor, you tell me. I said, well, I'd like to go on medication again, and I'd like to have some time off work. And she said, well, I don't think having time off work is going to help you, I think that's going to hinder you. And I said, well, work is the only reason that I feel this way, I need a break. Well, I can give you a break, but I'm only going to give you a week, and I think if you have too much time off, it's going to make it worse. And that just stressed me out more. And she wouldn't give me any medication, and I was just like, for fuck's sake. So my second time with depression, it wasn't handled well, and I am in the process of changing doctors because I refuse to see her. Every time I have to go now, or Imi has to go, I always see a nurse. I refuse to see her. Just a couple of weeks ago I had an incident with her with regards to Imi, but anyway. So yeah, thankfully I've managed to get through it. I have times where I feel down, but I don't think I've quite hit that point where I've felt the need to go back on medication again, which is fine. So yeah, my medication that I was on was quite low. I was only on 30 milligram to begin with, and then it went down to 20. And then I just came off of it because I felt that I was okay. But basically what you do, if you feel that you are suffering with depression, you should go to the doctors. I know I've just moaned about mine, but hopefully yours are better than what mine is. You should go to the doctors, and what my doctor, well, the doctor at the time did was he gave me a questionnaire to take home and fill out, and it had questions like, have you thought of taking your own life? When you wake up in the morning, how do you feel? And it kind of has a scale rating of 1 to 10 or 1 to 5 or whatever it was. And you fill it all in, and then you take it back, and then they go through your answers, and they assess whether you need medication, whether you need counselling, whether you need anything, and go from there. And I was diagnosed with severe stress and anxiety and depression. So yeah, it was great fun. But yeah, you need to go to the doctors. You need to go seek medical help, and you also might find it beneficial to talk to people. If you don't feel you can talk to friends and family, there are different organisations you can call. You can call the Samaritans. They're there 24 hours a day to listen and to talk to you about things. If you feel that you can, talk to family, talk to friends, talk to friends of friends, talk to family friends. There's always somebody that you can talk to. Even just talk to people on Facebook. I mean, I've got friends who I've never met, but I know that I could talk to them about things if I needed to. Some people feel that they're totally alone. This is where you can call the Samaritans. And I think the Samaritans is a free phone number as well, so everybody should be able to contact them. And you should be able to just hopefully get something sorted. There's normally a way around whatever you're feeling. Now, there are obviously... Stress is very different to depression. They're two different illnesses. Depression, like my mum has suffered with depression as well, and my mum is very house proud. She loves cleaning. She doesn't lay in bed. She gets up early. She gets things done. When she suffered, it would get to about 8:30, and she'd think, well, I should really get up, but I can't be bothered. She wouldn't do her makeup. She wouldn't do her hair. I didn't do my hair and makeup when I was depressed. She wouldn't do her housework. She just didn't want to do anything. She was just surviving. She barely ate. She just didn't do anything. And it was really hard to see her go through that. Thankfully, she's a lot better now as well. This was years and years ago. But depression can affect everybody differently. And it can have different effects, like different side effects with people. Like, personally for me, I wanted to sleep a lot. And... other people can't sleep. They suffer with insomnia. So I've got a friend who suffers with depression as well, and he's quite scared to go to the doctors, and I keep sort of trying to push him. I think I'm being a bit too hard. I do the whole tough love approach, and I'm like, if you don't go to the doctors, you're never going to help yourself. And that's probably not what he needs to hear, but I can't... Everybody else kind of pussyfoots around and says, oh, it'll be okay, or you need to do this. No, I can't do that. I just want to shake him and say, just go and get yourself sorted. But he suffers with insomnia. He's tired all the time because he'll go to bed stupidly late, and then he has to get up early for work. And then he moans to me that he's tired, and I'm like, well, what time did you go to bed? Well, about 1 or 2. What time did you get up? Well, about 6:30, 7. Why did you go to bed so late? I just couldn't sleep. And so it can affect everybody differently. Everybody is different. let's go back to the medication. When I went on the medication, it made me very lethargic, which I was anyway from the depression, but it takes, what was it? I think it takes 6 weeks to fully get into your system, but it can have a bit of a placebo effect, because some people, like somebody else that I know, who I'm not going to mention, he started on medication, and from the first tablet he took, he felt better, which is not going to work that quickly, but in here, you think, I've just taken this happy pill, I feel a bit better now. So there are different, you know, it's a hard subject to talk about. It's something I want to talk about, but it's a hard subject to talk about just because it affects everybody so differently. And I know that I'll probably get comments on here saying, well, what you've said is wrong. Well, it's not wrong, but it might be different to your experience. And this is why I want to do these videos, because I want to get all different things. And I want people, if they want to talk to me about it, feel free to talk to me. You can comment, you can private message me, you can message me on Facebook, you can message me on Instagram. There's different ways of getting hold of me. You can even message me on Snapchat. If you're going to add me on Snapchat, please let me know who you are, because I've got loads of people who have added me and they've never sent me a snap, they've never sent me a message, and I'm like, I'm not adding you, I don't know who you are. So if you're going to add me, just, that's fine, but just sort of say, hi, my name's Chelsea, I'm 21 and whatever, you know, just so I kind of know, oh, I found you through YouTube. That's fine, just let me know, because the majority of people who add me on Snapchat are pervy blokes who have found it on Instagram and think, oh yeah, I'll send her a dick pic, and then don't send it, which is fine with me because I don't want dick pics, thank you. But yeah, I'm going to look into it this month. I'm going to look into depression, different types of medication, different treatments, different cures, and how it affects different people. That's just what I remember from when I had it and my personal experience with it, and with other people who I've known who have had it. But that's the point of these videos. It's for us to all learn and to all kind of come together and help each other out. I know it sounds like we are the world, but you know, I just want us to kind of... This is a community, and on my channel, I want it to feel like a family. There's only, I think there's 765 of us now. But that's fine, because that's 764 people who could potentially help you and be there for you, you know? If you're into social media, look on Facebook. There are thousands and thousands of different pages on Facebook. You could type in depression and there'll be a page for it. You could type in something else and there'll be a page for it. There will be people there for you to talk to and potentially even make friends with, you know? So it's always worth searching and asking, because there are more of us out there than what you think, you know? So that I'm going to wrap it up today. This is kind of a because I didn't have points or anything, but the first video is always going to kind of be like rambly, and then the second video at the end of the month is going to be more structured and put together with bullet points and notes and things that I've learned throughout the month. So if you've got any comments, questions, or anything that you want to say about this video, whether it be good or bad, I can take it. Put it down below. I'd love some questions from you guys, or I'd love some comments. If you're brave enough, well, not if you're brave enough, that's the wrong word. If you feel that you want to share your story. If you don't, that doesn't mean that you're not brave, because everybody has braveness in them. But if you feel that you want to share your story below, by all means do. I have been quite emotional lately, so I'll probably cry when I read your stories. But yeah, just if you want to say anything, even if you just want to call me a fat bitch, call me a fat bitch. I really don't mind. Just if you want to put anything down below, feel free to. And I will see you at the end of the month with an update on depression. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you're all good, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.